Uh, Listen, guys, I'm going to start the show a little different. I won't get teary eyed because I really actually did that when I heard the news. So I really wanted to start the show off respectfully and give a salute to a great loss in our community, a phenomenal actor, a man who gave our kids a image that empowered Black Power, empowered the Marvel comic book universe, and we want to salute and say rest in peace and prayers to the family of Chadwick Boseman, aka Black Panther, for sure. Um, but
Wakanda forever.
before
Wakanda
we go
forever.
there, before we go to that, I want to give a backdrop to that story. I want to give a salute to a Jewish American man named Stan Lee. Why would I do that? Because Stan Lee grew up in an era where we had civil rights era and there was hatred that he called intolerable and ununderstandable. I don't know if you know if that's the word, but he said that the hatred for African Americans was ridiculous. So, in his genius, he created comic books. And the first one of the first comic books that he actually introduced, he said that sometimes you got to outsmart people. First comic book that he created was called X-Men. So a lot of people go to the movie theaters and they see the movie series X-Men and we cheer them on. We like Juggernaut, we like Wolverine, but people don't know that Stan Lee and his genius, the X-Men was actually framed after two civil rights leaders. One was Martin Luther King, the other one was Malcolm X. So in the midst of doing that, Stan Lee received a lot of flack, and he actually, once people found out what he was doing, a lot of subscribers would mail their comic books back. So he said, I need to take it one step farther, and I'm going to be a part of the liberation movement. And in 1966, he created the Black Panther. The Black Panther was a African prince with a mythical kingdom that was so far advanced that people hated the idea and the concept. So once again, they took those comic books and mailed them back. So for you have someone who didn't have to touch that subject to actually go out of his way to bring something to the universe like that. So the reason that we have Black Panther is because of Stan Lee. And a lot of the characters like I went blank. Luke Cage. In 1966, Black Panther appeared in the 52nd episode of the Fantastic Four. Why did he do that? Yeah. Because he wanted to shake things up. Second of all, Black Panther in one of the comic books, it was Black Panther number 16, got married to Storm. Why? Because the idea of black solidarity, a black man and a black woman marrying was awesome. He did stuff to piss people off. So let's go back to Black Panther before I ramble on. Salute to this man who gave us Jackie Robinson. He gave us Jane Brown, which is my favorite out of all of those. Thurgood Marshall. A character, one of the movie people from the movie that Spike Lee just did said it was bad because during the movie setting, every time they stopped, he would see people giving massages. He would see people working on this man. So he thought that he was a prima donna, not knowing that this man is battling cancer. So while this man has been battling cancer, he kept up all his appearances. He went to hospitals. He gave out Make-A-Wish Foundation requests. That is the kind of hero that we have to recognize because this black man understood the impact of his image in the black community. So I want to salute this man like we have. So I had to give the backdrop because people oftentimes hear one thing, but they don't know the backdrop. So salute to the Black Panther Chadwick Boseman, the phenomenal actor. And I'm going next to Zay, the latest man.
Yeah, definitely salute. I'm gonna say to Mr. Boseman, thank you for being the embodiment of all the characters that you played on screen, both on and off screen. You are a true role model in every sense of the word. Really gave individuals, both children and adults, someone to look forward to, up to, especially as a black male. It gave everyone a sense of pride. People were actually looking for Wakanda, actually try and move there, so that was crazy. But that phenomenon that came that with his movement and just the way that he carries himself, both on and off screen. What about you, Hart?
Well, I want to. That was a good lesson too. A lot of people will go back and listen to what Tootie was saying, but if you're a comic book person, you kind of understood some of that. Understood that was like very very impactful. Like how they say, put the sugar, the medicine in the sugar, or however whatever they say, something like that. But that's what he was doing back then in plain sight, telling stories to help chip at the racial injustice that was going on back then. And Chad, what I got from this is, as soon as somebody died, we say sorry, then we miss them because we do. But a lot of stuff I had got like just little bits and pieces of just stories. One of the things that stood out to me was I seen a couple people brought this up that this man had cancer for 4 years and we never heard about it. So one thing it told me is that excuses is just should be thrown out the window. But this man for 4 years had cancer and still went on by his daily life, didn't ask for pity from anybody, still went to work. And then he did something that nobody can't seem to do right now. He didn't address the media when they were joking at him, picking at him, because that was beneath him. And a lot of times people say, well, I don't care what these people say, but he was a true example of I don't really care what these people say. I'm on a purpose-driven mission, and I'm going to finish this before I go. So I feel like that he put his head down, and he just really, really fulfilled his purpose. And I believe that he went to the greater place. And I just want to say thank you from all the little black boys out there who now believe they can be a superhero too, and they don't have to go look at all those other people who don't look like them and think that only people that have superpowers are from a different race. So I want to say thank you for that. And just always remember that we never know what somebody going through, but just keep people in prayer. Chris?
Well, I basically made an open letter to my brother. Dear Chadwick, I didn't know you personally, my brother, but I just want to tell you thank you. I want to tell you thank you for giving me something that I didn't even know I needed. I had no idea I needed representation as a superhero on the big screen. I didn't know that until I actually seen the movie. When we were young, we played as little boys, and somebody was Superman, somebody was Batman, somebody was Wolverine or whatever. But we never could. It couldn't be us because it didn't look like us. So I think I want to tell him thank you for giving me that. I didn't even know I needed it. Also, there was people that we read about in school from Thurgood Marshall and Jackie Robinson, and when we was coming up, it was a book report in middle school or a book report in high school, but to actually see a movie that portrayed them, it gives it a different layer. So I just want to tell them thank you for that. But that's as an actor. But as a man, I wanna say thank you just because, like what Hardy was saying, he suffered in silence. He didn't ask for pity. He didn't beg for help or anything like that. He just went on about his business, and I truly, truly appreciate that. Not only that, while suffering from cancer, he was helping other kids that's actually suffering too. And for me, that's what I think that we're on this earth for is for service, especially the service of others. So I really respect him for doing that. But most importantly, I respect him for respecting and cherishing his privacy. Like I live in a time where, if you're not even in a relationship unless you put it on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And marriages is about weddings and pictures and telling everybody. This man was married privately, let who he wanted to know, let the people that he wanted to know in, but cherished his one-on-one union with that lady and not tell everybody. So, in a time where everything is just a big ass show, I really really appreciate that. So you're going to be missed, my brother. Wakanda forever.
Yeah,